Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
What's up?
Welcome to Winter House.
Welcome to Winter House.
This
Podcast
is
about Winter House. It's not a podcast, it's a show. A show about Winter House. And also sometimes Below Deck.
yeah.
So Nikki X.
This is the Winter House theme.
We're gonna solve some great mysteries tonight, such as where's Captain Lee? What is the Winter House? And why is the Winter House?
Molly, you're pretty quiet. Do you want to get closer to your mic so I can?
Yeah.
I don't want to overpower.
Trying a new spot today, so it might be like not as good.
I just don't want to overpower.
That's really, really kind of you.
Yeah. And then I put on the music and I could hear you less. So I was like, gotta get Molly close to that mic.
As you can see, I am broadcasting live from the Winter House, where it's always 1:45 p.m.
Yeah, and it's in Vermont.
It's in Stowe, Vermont.
Vermont.
Stowe, Vermont, and I just learned everything about it, and I'll tell you in 1 second. But first, what are you drinking tonight?
I forgot to get a drink.
Oh my God, should you get one while I show my drink off? Or are you just trying to go drinkless tonight?
I'll have my drink brought to me.
Oh, okay, good idea. I have this beautiful Snoopy Halloween mug.
Gorgeous.
That my friend Anne gave me. Thanks, Anne. For this
Thanks, Anne.
Snoopy Halloween mug. And I'm drinking some hot tea because it's getting a little cold at night. I love it. I had to turn the heat on for the first time here at the Winter House where I live.
Zach wanted me to tell you that your mic is backwards.
Oh, is that why it's bad? Oh yeah,
there we
go.
That's funny.
That's what a good producer. Thanks, Zach.
I didn't
Keeping
notice.
Me on point.
That makes a lot of sense as to why you sounded so distant, even though like
I'm so far away.
Yeah, you weren't that far though. So I was like, wow.
I am. I'm in Vermont. I'm so far away from you in Vermont.
Okay, tell us the secret behind Vermont or whatever you were saying.
Oh. Where the Winter House is?
Yeah,
it's in Stowe, Vermont, which is a place I'd never heard of until they featured it on the Winter House. And it looks beautiful. It's allegedly where Kyle like grew up and where his parents met.
Yeah.
On the ski slopes, but it's a winter lodge. I found out it is like a ski lodge. They like rented a whole ski lodge essentially for the Winter House. It's not actually a house, it's a lodge.
Oh yeah, it definitely looks like a lodge. It's got lodge vibes.
It looks like a lodge. I watched the first episode like
3
times.
Oh yes, 3.
800 times. And I noticed on the second viewing that they put a bunch of Shining carpeting in one of the rooms.
What is The Shining? I've never seen The Shining.
What?
I know, and I don't watch such movies. But what's The Shining carpeting?
There's like just this like scary pattern of carpeting that is in the scary haunted winter lodge that The Shining takes place in. They're really leaning into the like cabin fever aspect of the Winter House, and I'm excited to see everybody lose their minds.
Right now, so it sounds like, and if you guys don't know, Winter House is just a spin-off of Summer House where
Winter House is a spin-off. It's a double spin-off. It's a spin-off of Summer House crossed with Southern Charm.
Yeah.
Southern Charm is
plus new people.
Yeah, plus new people because they couldn't get some of the people they wanted involved, such as the Toms from Vanderpump turned it down. They were trying to do like Battle of the Network Stars with Bravo. They're doing like a Housewives super special also, where it's like housewives from different cities doing Survivor or something. So this is kind of that, but it's great because it's like the people from the horny young people shows that they still have.
Yeah.
Also, these people aren't even that young, but boy, are they horny. And
Yeah.
this feels like an 80s movie, like a sex comedy at a ski lodge kind of.
Well, I kind of I hate to say it, but I almost feel bad for Kyle
Do you?
because he created this whole trip. I'm assuming this trip was all him because now
Oh, it's all him.
his
He's
thing
the now
says
he was not the original main character of Summer House, but he has become
Yeah.
the main character of Summer House over the seasons. And he set this whole trip up.
But he also
And
his what is it? Chevron? No, what is it? The thing on the bottom? Chiron. Chevron. Says entrepreneur, which
Oh,
makes me
Chirons
think
are
he's out
so
here.
funny.
I know, but it's actually pretty honest. Like everyone's is like entrepreneur, and then what's her name is graphic designer. I was like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, Fat Paige, who was like a fashion blogger, now it's like I forget what it said. It was like fashion person.
Well,
And
yeah. So I'm guessing he entrepreneured himself into pitching this show and being like, we should go do it in my childhood home or wherever the hell. And
well, this is how they did Summer House too. They made it seem like they were friends with the Vanderpump Rules gang, and it was like a natural spinoff, which is like that's the 90210 to Melrose Place style, where you're just like, hey, these characters you love, they've got a friend you've never heard of before, and we're going to introduce that friend and all their friends now. That's how they did Summer House. They were like, Stassi's friends with the Workus twins, which is not true. So this feels right to me too, because I do think all these people have met each other now at Bravo mixers and whatnot, at Bravo events. Like,
what's his name? Austin and Craig came to a Summer House party one summer.
Yes. I mean, that was kind of just also a super special episode. Like, I don't know that those people are really friends, except in the context of Bravo shows, but good enough. Nikki Beck says, I can see Kyle pitching this. I mean, think about how much Loverboy they're going to drink.
I'm surprised the entire car was not filled with Loverboy. Like last time on Summer House.
I love this already. I realize I love it because it's The Big Chill, a movie we watched on my old podcast Night Call because it is Tess Lynch's favorite movie. And The Big Chill is about a bunch of college friends it's about boomers, but it's about a bunch of college friends who were in a co-op together in college, and then they're brought back together for a friend's funeral, and they all just kind of revert to like living in a co-op together and like hooking up with each other and showing that they haven't really grown up at all since college.
Yeah. What was that laughing?
Very horny.
Did you hear that?
Oh yeah, somebody might have laughed outside.
Okay.
I live outside like a major street, so sometimes you hear.
It sounded almost
you might hear
like
the jaunty laughter of.
Yeah, so I've never seen The Big Chill either, but I guess I should.
I mean,
thoughts?
That's what I like about it. I like the, hey, all these people are friends and you're their friend too, and like there's something, I don't know why. It's like it works for me in a way like The Bachelor and stuff doesn't, because it's like I'm like, oh, I know these people already. It's like personality plus, like they're not just hot people. They found a bunch of hot people who are like just funny and interesting enough to be good reality TV people.
But some of them are new, so you don't know them, but they're all friends. Now that's here. Okay, let me explain why I feel bad for Kyle, because he didn't get the room he wanted and he ended up in some jank ass room, even though he set up the trip. That sucks.
But I mean, that was great. So what happened is Kyle, we'll just talk about the first episode of Winter House a little bit. Kyle shows up at the house, doesn't want to claim the big room because he doesn't want to be an asshole and be like, oh, I like get to claim it because I planned the trip, even though that's obviously what I think should happen. And then Paige and Sierra, her two other summer housers, claim the room for themselves, just kind of to be assholes and to see what Paige just is kind of like, let's see if we can do this. And because Amanda is their friend, she's like, okay, fine, do whatever you want. Like Kyle and I will sleep wherever, because she doesn't want to be a diva. But then Kyle is a super diva.
Kyle tries to drink himself to death over this.
He's so upset because he's like, why didn't my girlfriend stand up to me, to her friends, which was a big theme on the last season of Summer House, was that Amanda and Kyle, who are like, Amanda and Kyle are like, I also feel like we all know Amanda and Kyle. They remind me of Tom and Katie on Vanderpump Rules, where you're like, these are your friends that have been dating for a long time, and they are going to get married because they feel like they should, because they've been dating for so long, but like what they should do is break up because they don't like each other anymore. And you just like watch them go down this path, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop them except that they both keep trying to sabotage the relationship in a way that feels like they both want out, right?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not interested in seeing these two fucking fight all whatever winter again. I'm not interested in
Well,
it.
I liked how Amanda was just like, I'm just not going to hang out with you like while we're on this trip that you organized.
Yeah.
You go hang out with your boys, and like I'm going to do whatever I want to do because I've been trapped with you all of quarantine.
Yeah. Which is fine. I mean, I just can't. I cannot. I literally like within minutes was like, "Oh no, are we going to watch them like kind of divorce again?" I don't want to do this.
Well, they just got married though.
That's
So
what I
that's like the
mean.
fun part. They did just get married. So I think they're also like the producer's hand is a little heavy here, perhaps, of setting up some love triangles that maybe are not entirely real.
Kill
Don't care.
me.
It's gonna be great.
Well, okay. Here are the projected. Let's do some projections. The projected love triangles. The Italian guy. What was his name? Andrea.
Yes.
The Italian guy. Oh my god. Now this Italian man.
I loved when they introduced the Italian guy because it was like he just emasculated everybody. They were like, he's from Verona. He's very romantic, and he's very like hot in a just super normie way.
Yeah, and he's like kind of corny, but he's just like a nice guy, and he clearly has game.
Well, it's like he's like a bimbo, where it's like if a bimbo came in and all the guys were like, oh shit, like a hot chick is here, like the girls would be like, but then they just put like this piece of meat in front of the girls, and they're all like,
Also, I want to say I've been to Verona. I went to see a opera there in my youth.
What opera?
I don't even remember. I couldn't tell you.
Romeo and Juliet?
No, that would have been too spot on, because that is Verona is the home of Romeo and Juliet, but not there, or not that one. I forget what opera I went to go see. I was 18, but gorgeous city. Not a lot to do except for go to operas, but gorgeous city.
My parents just went to Italy. They went on a trip, and now all they talk about is how cool Italy is. And I'm like, I believe you.
Everyone does that.
Seems
Italy's
pretty
addicting.
cool.
People
I would
become
like to
addicted.
go to there. There's like, oh, the food is so good everywhere.
Don't go. It's not worth it.
I want to go to Italy and see an opera.
That's what they should do. It's like, remember when Jersey Shore went to Italy?
Yes.
Pretty fun.
That was great. Well, I thought they were doing like when the Sopranos went to Italy. That's just, when you get a budget, you go to Italy.
I will say, when the Jersey Shore went to Italy, they were hanging out. When I went to Florence, they were hanging out at all the same bars I hung out with. Like, legitimately the exact same bar I like danced literally danced on the bar at. They were doing the same thing, and I was like, oh my god. I did it before Jersey Shore.
Are you JWoww?
No. I mean, I think I was more of a Snooki. No, I'm just joking.
Are you a JWoww?
Yeah, I was young, man. I was free. Never again. Will I dance on a bar? Probably. Because it probably couldn't support me. I was so young then.
You will after you've had enough espresso martinis.
Yeah, dude.
Sean A. Cole, 28, says Austin is going to end up being the number one guy in the house because Shep isn't around to remind Austin that he's poor.
I think it's Shauna.
Well, yeah.
Shauna Cole?
Shauna Cole, sorry.
I like Sean A. Cole, though.
I was, like Shauna Paula.
Okay, actually, speaking of Austin, let's do so Andrea, Ciara and Paige, something's going on there. Craig, I guess, comes in later because it's been confirmed that Craig and Paige are dating, but Craig has a girlfriend as he goes into the show, so I don't know what happens there. Austin, though, seems to want to fuck Ciara. He wants to fuck Lindsay, and then his ex Madison is somehow in the picture. Like, she's like,
he's just
him.
pissed still about Madison because
what did he call it? The old?
He called A-Rod like an old washed up asshole or
like
something.
Old washed up baseball asshole or something, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Great way.
Which he is.
Yeah, she's
but
not
Madison
wrong.
LaCroix was part of a story that broke up J-Lo and A-Rod. That was amazing. She was texting or sexting with A-Rod, and J-Lo found out, and that's when J-Lo and A-Rod broke up, and then J-Lo got with fucking Ben Affleck afterwards. So
rebounded,
just all these crossovers of like the Z list and the A list. I love it because it's all one thing.
Yeah,
so
well,
I totally
blurs together.
I do think it's crazy that Austin kind of overrode Luke, because to me, Austin and Luke are like kind of the same guy.
No, Luke's done, dude. Luke has been dragged through the mud so much that I don't even see him as a sexual being anymore.
I mean, he's sort of like just a sculpture cut from marble that doesn't necessarily give off any heat.
No, but he gives off absolutely nothing. Like, nothing about him even remotely is like attractive to me anymore.
What about when they describe his
behavior?
As a jewelry designer in the Chiron?
Ugh, what a loser. Honestly, everything that went on with him between Hannah, Ciara, all that shit has made him literally like a piece of cardboard.
I find him sort of funny as comic relief. I like how he has become. Did you ever watch the OC?
Of course. What am I not human?
Okay. You remember how on the OC there was the character Luke, who was
the brother?
Marissa's boyfriend.
Oh, was that guy, the like bad
He was the
boy.
guy who said like, "Welcome to the OC, bitch," I think in the first episode. And he was like the jock boyfriend.
That's funny. But then I thought of him as the bad boy and not the actual bad boy who was like, well,
he was like a rich asshole, son of privilege. But then they sort of changed his character to keep him in the gang by making him funny and making him kind of the comic relief himbo in like season 2, because they were like, well, we can't keep him on the show if he's just trying to like, if he just hates the guys that are the main part of the show.
Yeah.
So they just kind of kept him on as like, they turned him into like a funny himbo. And
what's a himbo?
Like a male bimbo.
Of course.
But that's what I see happening for Luke on this show, because I don't know, I laughed when they just had the super cut of him listing all his favorite winter activities, and it was like
we get it.
Making snowmen, sledding, doing Whitland, making a fire, ice fishing, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, just like 100,000 things that I've never even thought of doing that people do in Minnesota. I kind of like how like devoted to Minnesota he is, because everyone I know from Minnesota is like, you don't understand, like Minnesota rules.
People love Minnesota. The current bachelorette is from Minnesota, and
it's just like if you can put up with the cold.
Yeah,
it seemed like a great place.
I will say, when I went to Minnesota, it was lovely. I went to Minneapolis. It was so lovely. There were, you know how like in New York you have like rats in the alleys, and then in LA you have everything. I don't know. There's a lot of weird shit going on in the alleys in LA. And then, but in Minnesota, they just have little bunny rabbits in the alley. That's like how nice
what I imagine it being like.
There's no rats. There's just like cute bunnies.
I love the rats though.
Remember like Pizza Rat? No such thing. There's
Pizza Bunny. Pizza Rat. It's too cold for a Pizza Rat in Minneapolis.
I just think it's adorable, and I love it, and I would like to go there more often.
Let's go. Tour. Deckheads tour.
Deckheads tour.
They were talking about why Austin is the number one guy though, because Austin's been like texting with Lindsay a lot, apparently. They're friends. This I do believe, because Lindsay seems to be a lot of people's fallback.
Ugh.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Sad.
it is sad because I do feel like God, like, and we've seen also that Austin and Craig both have like women in their lives that are just like their bros that are there to be like, dude, you're better than her. Like, you gotta fucking get back out there. But like, also maybe they make out sometimes. So it seems clear that that's what Lindsay is doing for Austin, that they bonded over talking shit about like Madison or something. And,
And what was her guy's name?
who?
Lindsay's
Lindsay?
guy?
Oh God, I forgot. Yeah, that guy. She's rebounding from a super shitty relationship. So I do think she and Austin bonded over like, oh, I thought I was gonna end up with this person, but they actually suck and like gotta get back out there. But it seems like the kind of thing, much like Hannah and Luke, where it's like maybe a lot of texting took place, but I don't know that it's going to translate to anything in real life the minute Austin realizes he can hook up with Sierra.
But it does look like, it does imply that he invites Lindsay into his bed. Stravy, that's right.
Well, I think he might also, I think some of them might, just be there to play. They like teased a lot of stuff happening. It seems like people are there to fucking be friends. So it's the best show ever made.
I will say, sorry, I'm going to open the curtain of my bangs real quick.
Oh,
I will say it does feel like everyone is incredibly horny. Except for, no, I take it back. Everyone's horny.
Except for maybe Kyle, and Kyle's just neurotic.
Well, Kyle
set up a situation, unless Kyle's kink is watching other men cuck him in front of all of his friends. He set up a situation where a hot Italian guy is just like and his girlfriend is just swooning.
Ugh. Andrea,
he's so hot.
Okay, now there's Luke, whatever, Andrea, Austin, Craig, Kyle. There's one other guy. Shit.
One other new guy.
What's his name? Ooh. All right, chat. This is where you guys come in.
Jason? Is his name Jason?
I don't know. But also, other thing.
I think his name is Jason.
Go ahead.
Is also hot.
Oh, he's hot.
That's it. He's also super hot.
I will say I don't really understand how they let Julia pick all the... Julia, who we've never met before, who's friends with Paige.
She's friends with Paige from child modeling for Limited 2.
Right. I thought that was kind of a really funny connection. I was like,
it was really funny also because Lana Del Rey posted a photo recently of her child modeling with Lindsay Lohan because they were both like in upstate New York for like Abercrombie Kids. Just like the child modeling circuit.
Yeah,
seems
that's
weird.
Dark. But so why did Julia of all people get to pick 3 random people to bring?
Because Julia's hot and they wanted to create the illusion that this is like sort of a friend group, another friend group that's like being merged with the, that all these people would come together to share a winter house. And not just that she's bringing in like some hotties to mix it up.
That's the thing. Like, I'm just not like
Temptation Island to test people's fidelity.
I'm not buying it. Like, I'm like, why? Why do you trust this girl? She's got a boyfriend too, so she's not like out here. I don't know. I'm skeptical in that regard. Hoping for the best though.
Well, they talked on the after show about why Austin was like so coveted. He's 6'5".
That's not enough for me. To me, I'm
it's
like,
not enough for me.
Wow,
that's too much. That's too tall for me. One might say.
He gives nothing.
No, but it's like he's just tall and white.
That's a valid point.
That's like
that's a very valid point. Actually, he's tall and white.
That's kind of how he gets his whole life. It's just that. Because he's not like good at anything. That's one of the best. I mean, yeah, like Southern Charm is funny. Shep also a nightmare. I'm glad Shep isn't there actually. Also glad Carl isn't there because he needs time to recover. And he was offered the show and he said, you know what? I shouldn't be around people drinking a lot because I'm still really sad about my brother's death and and I'm trying to be sober. So he like didn't do it, which I was like, good for Carl. Stay sober and wait for Summer House, or just like stay sober and off reality television and like have a good life.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other Summer House thoughts? Let us know in the chat if you have any other. Sorry, Winter House. Winter House. Obviously, I'm wearing this toque. That's what a Canadian calls a winter hat. Call it a toque. Because I'm at the Winter House. I just love all the winter activities. It's much like Salt Lake City. I'm like, show me winter activities. That's all I want to see. Show me just beautiful snow that I don't have here.
Yeah.
Well, we could do like a podcaster winter house at like Big Bear.
I would love to do a winter house with you.
Oh, that's so nice. I would love to do a winter house with you.
I think it'd be fun. Real quick, I want to point out my cat just casually sleeping in the woods.
Very beautiful. Mine is also, let's see if we can get mine to show up.
He's just in the woods.
Okay, mine can't really show up when I have the winter house background, but just know my cat is also sleeping nearby. Should we talk a little housewives for a minute before we jump into Ye Olde Below Deck?
Yeah, so I haven't watched this week's Potomac yet. I'll probably watch it tonight. But oh wait, no, I have Bachelor at tonight.
But you did see the thing I sent you that was Candiace telling the Grammys to consider her for Best New Artist.
What did I say? I said, nah. Nice try. Candiace?
You sort of have to respect the delusion.
Oh, Lord.
Because that's crazy.
You can just tweet at them like that too? Like,
shoot your shot, Candiace.
I don't know if that's how that works.
I don't think Drive Back is the one that's gonna.
I also think your husbander has to submit you in some way. And you have to like pay money to be considered.
Well, that's probably true. It's all.
You can't just be like at Grammys.
At the Grammys.
At Grammys. Hey y'all.
The Grammys.
Really shoot my shot here. Please consider me for a Grammy.
It's just like if I had any inkling that it was like sort of a joke, I would feel better about it. But it was clearly like also deadly serious. Like,
yeah,
she thinks she's the best new artist, and you're like, Candiace, you just have a vanity career that you're funding, much like Erika Jayne.
Also, I think I would say, or I would just be like nicer to her if she wasn't an asshole.
Yeah. And then like Ashley was kind of an asshole this week too. After Candiace was an asshole to her. Yeah, also a good trip segment happening on Potomac right now. What else? Beverly Hills.
I mean, we're in part 2 of the reunion. Part 3 is tomorrow night. Excited. I hope they ask. Honestly, I don't really care about anything else. I just want them to ask Erika questions.
I know, me too. And Erika is just, what is she on? What?
I don't know, honey.
I don't know, honey.
Honey, I don't know. You tell me. That's why I'm so angry. Because,
honey.
I'm defending myself here. Got a lot of heat.
She is so blousy. It is such a weird choice. And I guess it's just like at no point did someone tell her, like,
please stop.
Try seeming sad. Try seeming sad.
You don't know what I've been through, okay? I had to go drag him out of wherever the accident happened. Very unclear.
The car rolled over 5 times and my son had to come and pick up a pizza, and then the pizza grew legs and ran away, and it told me to follow it, and I did, and it's all true.
Here's the thing. She keeps saying she found him. Where? Where did you find him? It's not clear. Like, you can keep being like, I'm answering all the questions as truthfully as possible, but like, you're actually like not, because there's a lot of key details missing. Like she's like,
Yeah.
I took a picture of that thingy, and sent it to my friend. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure, I
They
believe that.
really passed right on by all this. Like they were also just very much like, okay, Garcelle, your time is over, in which we entirely talk about what it feels like to be the first Black woman on this show and how none of them understand why that might be harder than what they do.
I thought it was a nice moment when Kathy was like, I learned a lot. It was quite informative. And I was like,
Kathy
thank
was
you,
like,
Kathy, for being a human being.
I know that was actually, I was like, because Kathy did say something dumb, and instead of being defensive about it, she was
Yeah.
like, you were right. I'd never really thought about it, which
Yeah.
is like what you should say if you want to be in good faith. It's just crazy that she's so much better at conflict negotiating than Kyle.
She's just so level-headed.
Yeah, which is so like she's so kooky and yet so level-headed. It's kind of a great way to be.
She has to have her fan with her.
Yeah. Meanwhile, but yeah, they just were like, now let's do like 20 minutes on why Lisa Rinna is our favorite because of Harry Hamlin.
I mean, yeah, Harry Hamlin's great, but
yeah, we all love LA Law. We all think Harry Hamlin is hot and a great husband, clearly, and a pretty underrated actor.
But a big part of that is, why is he with Lisa Rinna?
Well, it always was charming to me that they were like two kind of B-list people that got together, or more. He was B-list and she was C-list, and he was married to someone else before that.
Yeah, wasn't she like older than him or something?
Yeah, Nicolette Sheridan, I believe, from Desperate Housewives. So it all just feels very 80s to me.
Yeah.
There is a rumor that there's a photo of them circulating from a Halloween party where they're doing like a Nazi chic thing.
Lisa and Harry?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, well, uncover that photo chat.
The 2000s were a really, really bad
How
time.
hard is that to find? Can I just Google
I don't know.
it?
Stassi also did that, and Stassi got booted in part because there was this photo of her with that she had captioned Nazi chic. Which, in my opinion,
she called attention to it.
Yeah, and she's actually like fucking Swedish or whatever from New Orleans, like she is like a whitey white person.
Oh yeah.
So it's not funny. I feel like maybe a Jew can make a joke about Nazi chic, maybe, but like.
Oh, Shanzi13, thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely like they're.
But it's also like 2000s where everybody's like, you don't understand. We were all edgelords.
But if you can see it.
Oh, you found the Lisa and
he has a Harry Hamlin.
Does he have a swastika on his shirt?
He has a full-on swastika on his shirt.
Okay, see, that's
I don't know.
Fucking bad. Okay, but are they supposed to be Sid and Nancy?
I think it's something of the sort.
Okay, that's actually better to me if they're Sid and Nancy than if they're just Nazis.
They did issue an apology. Let's see, what year was this?
Because
2015. Okay, so they issued an apology years ago.
Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker just did Sid and Nancy for a Halloween party. And it was really funny because they made Nancy hot, which is like what a Kardashian would do. But they strenuously avoided the Sid Vicious swastika motif. Whereas clearly Harry Hamlin and Lisa Rinna went all in. So yeah, maybe your life is different from Garcelle Beauvais fucking Lisa Rinna.
Well, if you're... Yeah, so it says that they were doing a Sid and Nancy. They went to George Clooney's Halloween party, and he was wearing the swastika, but they're deeply sorry.
Oh, was this at the Casamigos party?
I don't know, but it said it echoed the shirt that rocker Vicious wore in 1978 mockumentary.
Yeah. There's a party, they're probably doing it this year, that's like the Casamigos Halloween party, which is that weird tequila brand that's George Clooney and Cindy Crawford's husband, Randy Gerber.
Yeah. The baby, Randy Gerber.
Yeah. And I find that weird because that is where like the A-list and the Z-list crossover is at that party specifically. Kind of love it. All right.
Okay.
Any Salt Lake City thoughts?
No, there's not enough fucking happening on this show.
Yeah,
It's like
I
we're all
agree, I
sitting
agree. We're
waiting
getting up.
for
We're getting
Jen
up
to
to
get
it, though.
arrested.
Yeah.
The
We're
fucking
gonna
shit
get there.
with Jenny and her husband is sad as hell.
It's so
Stop trying to
sad.
force her to have kids.
Like, that's an abusive marriage.
I like that she was like, you need therapy. Like, yeah, he does need therapy because this is out of hand.
It was also crazy they didn't reveal until this episode that they aren't even Mormon. After he was like, should we get a sister wife? This week she was like, we're not even Mormon. Like, we're Catholics. Like, Catholics don't have multiple wives. And he was like, yeah, but it's legal in Utah. Just kind of his like casualness about everything was really scary to me. The way he was like, what? It's great. It's cool.
Like, I have clients who have multiple kids, and
he's like, my friend's got
wives.
5. I know one guy who's got 5 wives and 40 kids, and it's great. They're a blended family.
And he said the kids are all wonderful. I'm like, I don't doubt the kids are great. That's beside the point.
It's also just like funny that he was like, well, we're in Utah.
And I do want to say, my mom is the child of a man who was a polygamist. So my grandpa had multiple wives at one point in Iran, but my mom left the country because she was like, I don't fuck with this. So
it wasn't great for her, maybe.
Yeah. So you can say they have wonderful kids, but you don't know what those kids can present as respectful people to you, but you don't know what they're going through. You don't know how things feel for them.
If they want to just be Catholics with an open marriage, like the Kennedys, that's its own thing. You don't have to turn it into Mormon polygamy.
It's crazy. All right. You know what? Let's talk about the fucking premiere of Below Deck regular season 9, baby.
Let's talk about it.
What have I nothing to say?
Dick. I don't know what to say. It was whatever. It was fine.
Okay, let's just go through the crew and just talk about the crew. But first, they're in St. Kitts. Back on my Sienna in St. Kitts. Where is St. Kitts?
It's the Caribbean. The Caribbean. The Caribbean.
I've never heard of it. What island is it?
Why did I think they said they were in Antigua?
No, I think they said it was like as nice as Antigua or something like that. But they're in St. Kitts.
Seems like just some.
So it's St. Kitts and Nevis.
Zone.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the map.
Yeah, find out where it is from.
Okay, okay, so it is near Antigua and Barbuda. Near Anguilla. Okay, so I think it's. Okay, so they're near the British Virgin Islands. Where are the U.S. Virgin Islands? Huh, well, whatever. So they're in that Caribbean region, but they're further east? I don't know. I was just like, what is this? And okay, so there is a U.S. Virgin Islands, but it's just...
It looked beautiful. That's what I'll say.
It did look beautiful. I'm pretty sure I flew to the U.S. Virgin Islands. Okay. All right, so yeah, they're in St. Kitts. Here's the crew. First of all, Captain Lee is supposed to be there. He's not there. He's sick?
We don't know yet.
My theory, his COVID test didn't clear.
I thought they were just doing it as a plot device. Personally, I thought it was just like, let's set up Captain Lee to return by making it like it's somebody else who everyone hates.
Right.
But it could also be both. Let's talk about Captain Sean.
Yeah, let's talk about Captain Sean. That guy is a buzzkill.
Everybody hates him. He sucks.
His energy is chaotic.
He makes me miss Sandy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, tell your Sandy story also.
Oh, okay. I'll just read it to you guys.
This is a really good story, guys.
I have multiple stories actually Below Deck related.
This is a really good multiple Below Deck related story.
I gotta find this screen. So our friend of the pod, Lydia Popovich, comedian, hilarious. Go see her if you can. I believe she lives in Tennessee now, so go see Lydia if you can. Or I'm sure she tours a lot. Lydia Popovich, a hilarious comedian. She, also Below Deck fan, texted me that she was going to this Dolly Parton, what was it, like a breast cancer show? That's
what you told me. It was like a breast cancer benefit.
Yes, breast cancer benefit show. Captain Sandy was going to be there to, I don't know, introduce people, just exist. Not sure why she's there. So my friend went. She bought tickets because she's a huge Dolly Parton fan. Lydia Popovich knows everything about Dolly Parton you need to know. She texted me during the event, I can't use my phone once the show starts, but want you to know I've already seen Captain Sandy, and she's in the most sparkly, crystal-encrusted stilettos. Stiletto cowboy boots you've ever seen. Was not expecting that. Then she goes on to say, still waiting on Dolly, but they are stopping now for a live auction. Sandy is a terrible at public speaking, which is interesting because she's now on that like lead her ship tour. She told a meandering story about why women should get mammograms and then used it to intro her girlfriend who was the next performer. Her literal intro was, she loves God, her family, and I love her. She did say that her girlfriend actually was a good country singer. I guess she is a country singer.
I mean, Sandy's a terrible public speaker. That's one of the things that's so funny about her as a captain is like she's a terrible leader, but her entire self-image of herself is as a leader, a great leader. She's like Michael Scott.
Yes, that's a great example of a person who really thinks their shit doesn't stink. Okay.
Who thinks they're doing an amazing job and everybody works for them, so they have to be like, that's right, you know, great leadership. But even like Malia, who like once did kind of look up to Captain Sandy, like by the end of the last season she's on, it's like, oh, fuck Captain Sandy. Like,
actually, I just looked at my text with Lydia real quick. She did send me a link to Instagram from the photos of the event, and we will post it to our Deckheads Instagram so you guys can see
yes,
Captain Sandy's sparkly boots. Because unbelievable work. I'm doing that right now. A lot of people have thoughts on what Captain Sean looks like. Someone posted this. That he looks like
people, that's Alfred E. Newman.
Another
if you
Below
can't
Deck
see it
podcast.
that well. We all were talking about who Captain Sean looks like. My boyfriend said he looks like the man from another place in Twin Peaks. In the dream sequences.
Yeah, he definitely
Allegedly
has that energy.
Sequences.
If he
just
started
sitting in the
walking
chair
like
too,
that,
he's like small, he's weird, he's unsettling.
He's small, weird, and unsettling.
He is. And then Rachel says something about how short he is immediately.
He is. Okay. Okay, I just posted that. You guys can go look at Captain Sandy's wonderfully sparkly boots. No, so he's here's what I wrote. I said he wants his 15 minutes of fame, but we learned that he's an explorer and he got his captain's license at 18. Doesn't seem like a good idea for him. He seems chaotic. And the idea that he was like, hey, I don't crack the whip. I just bring the axe down. I'll fire you. I have no problem going in working shorthanded. I was like,
that was crazy. Because you thought he was going to be like, I don't crack the whip. I just use like gentle reinforcement or something. And then he was like, I don't crack the whip. I swing the axe.
Yeah. I was like,
I won't even reprimand you. I'll just fire you because I don't care. It's crazy.
But it's like,
because it also is like Captain Lee always gives a speech about how he's going to give you a plane ticket home, but then he doesn't really do it.
Yeah, because
Captain Sandy always gives a speech about how everyone's her best friend, but then she will be a fucking asshole to you.
Yeah.
This guy was just like such an asshole. Nobody liked him.
That's the thing, though. It's like, you can't be like, I'm going to swing the axe. It's like, this isn't your crew, fool. You can't. You might be fine with your crew going in shorthanded, but Captain Lee's not going to want to show up to someone missing because your crazy ass decided to just like blow a gasket and fire someone.
Correct.
I didn't like that. I was like, you're a fucking loose cannon. You shouldn't be. I don't want you here. Andy's a micromanage me. He's like a he's like a male Captain Sandy.
Yeah, it's just everything bad.
So actually, let's talk about that. So they have to do a beach picnic. Captain Sean is so nitpicky. He goes and sets up the beach picnic, and every 5 minutes is like, Eddie, Captain Sean, and has him bring like 500 things to the beach for them to do this setup. And then the guests are like an hour delayed getting to their beach picnic because of Captain Sean.
Ew.
I was like, I've never seen a captain, like, you don't need the captain to ruin a beach picnic. That's what your crew's for.
Correct. And the weather.
Yeah. McCree said, Mr. C says 123. That was weird. Mr. C123 says he's everywhere. Is he searching for airtime? Yes, he wants his 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, and he was on the after show.
Yeah, he's like, I've never watched the show. I was like, liar.
Also just being unpleasant.
Yeah.
Just an unpleasant man.
Monksphere says, I wasn't mad at his furniture arrangement, though. That's true. When he did kind of fix up the beach club furniture, I was like, that makes
fine.
sense.
When he just tilted things at an angle and was
Yeah.
like, now it looks more welcoming. Like, sure.
It was weird how Eddie had set it up like chairs in front of chairs. I was like, what is the plan here?
Right.
And then he was like,
we can't make it cozy, but
that was
that's
good.
true. That was fine.
But then he comes in hot with his beach picnic set up. Eddie? Like on the radio, and he's like, the guests are losing their minds. And he's like, just delay them for another half hour. It's like, no, bitch. All right. Well, yeah, Eddie's here. And he's officially a first officer now.
Yes.
Do you think they're just... So, okay, I just have a question about boats. When they do this, does that mean that they just don't hire a bosun?
I guess.
And he just does the bosun job, but as a first officer?
I guess. I don't understand the boat hierarchy. And I don't care.
Well, because they have the ghost crew.
The ghost.
Gal, Alex, and John. 2 of them were engineers, and 1 was a first mate officer person. Is it normal to have 2 first officers on a boat?
I don't know. I don't know.
I was just curious.
Do not know
about that, because I was like, so he's been promoted to first officer, but he's still doing the job of the bosun.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's just like you get more duties plus what a bosun does.
Mr. C123 says, I think they just skipped the bosun this year. Captain Sandy had a first officer. Yeah, I think they all have first officers. I don't think it's normal to have 2 first officers. Maybe it is, of course. I don't know. And then not a bosun, but what do I know?
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't the first officer, the one that was like, Lloyd, we would love for you to join us. Well, first of all, he's like, Lloyd, you're Lloyd, right? We would love for you to join us on this crossing. And Lloyd's like, oh, gee whiz, you want me?
Lloyd,
he's like, I don't know.
We shall be crossing the ocean with you at our side.
Yeah.
Mr. C123 says, I think they just skipped the bosun this year. Captain Sandy had a first officer. So basically, who's under contract?
Great. Just great. All right, we have Heather, new chief stew. She looks like a mix between Sarah Paulson and...
Yes, that's also what my boyfriend said. He said Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson and kind of Kristen Wiig.
Yes, and she also feels to me, she's got like super bleach blonde hair, is clearly not natural, and crazy overinflated lips. Like lips that to me, it's like that's the look, is that it's like super overdone and overinflated and looks unnatural. Anyway, I feel like she is Hannah from the past, you know? I feel like
Hannah.
She's like Hannah, the chief stew, at the beginning of her tenure on boats, when she's like, I'm gonna fucking rise up the ranks and like get this lifestyle out of this somehow. She doesn't seem like the job has broken her yet.
Oh no, she describes her personality as like a champagne bottle popping.
Yes.
I was like, oh, they haven't dragged your soul through the mud yet.
They haven't turned all of your fantasies about the luxury rich person lifestyle into broken dreams.
Yeah.
So you're not them.
Yeah. So she's 25 years old and she started yachting 5 years ago. And then she's just like rose through the ranks really quickly.
Yeah.
Shauna Nicole says, American Chief Stew, first time in a while. You're right.
Yeah.
Have we ever had it? Oh, Kate.
A long ass time
Kate
ago.
was American.
First season ever, I think.
Kate and Adrian gang, our enemy. I don't know. We'll see how she goes. Frasier, second stew Frasier. Now it's like they were trying to recreate Josiah, but Josiah was like lightning in a bottle. He was just damn good at his job and had funny little things to say.
Mm-hmm.
Frasier seems stressed.
Frasier is a Frasier from the TV show Frasier.
Yeah.
I've never so on the nose. I was like, I don't remember his name because he is Frasier. He's like very neurotic.
Yeah.
Kind of obsessive.
Just talking under his breath the whole time.
Talking under his breath, very bitchy.
Yeah.
Love Frasier. Great energy.
He's a second stew. This is only his second boat, but he's been working for 2 years. And he says it's all about the details. It's all about the details.
Yeah, he's a great character.
It's going to be a bit of a situation. We'll get into it. So Jessica is the third stew. She's been in yachting for 5 years, but she's been a solo stew the whole time, basically. And she said she took a year off to take care of her grandparents. Then she got into cosmetology school and got her cosmetology license. Then she came back to yachting because she needs money. And she loves being in laundry.
Loves it. Loves to be in the laundry.
Yeah, I was like, that's actually kind of maybe where I would be, so I don't have to interact with a lot of people.
I guess.
I mean, look, we're different people, you know? You could be out there.
I mean, I guess I would rather do the beds. I'd rather smash out the beds, as they say.
You want to do, would you do service?
Yeah, I would love to do service. I would actually think I would excel at service.
All right, there you go.
It's good if people want to do different things and don't overlap.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's very true. They're not like, I want service. How dare you put me in laundry? It's like, get over it.
Yeah. I feel like it's good if you're, I don't know. I would want to do service because I would want to at least be above deck occasionally if I could. I feel like being entirely in a windowless room, you might as well have a different job, right? Like, what's the point being on a boat if you don't get to see the ocean? Sometimes.
Who else? Rinna, deckhand, former fishing boat worker from Alaska. Very Riley vibes.
Yes.
She hasn't been in yachting for too long, but she's worked on a fishing boat for a long time, so she's a good deckhand probably. Wes, another deckhand. First yacht, but has captained sailboats in the Caribbean for a long time. So, good. Seems like good deck crew. Jake, the deckhand with the mustache. I don't know. Jake seems to like hook up with potentially Rinna and Frasier, according to the coming up.
Potentially together. Yeah. Very exciting.
Yeah, very interesting. I mean, that might actually be interesting because I don't think we've ever had a
boy hookup.
Yeah,
well, we just had a girl hookup for the first time recently.
We did.
So, yeah. What are their names? Who remembers the lesbian action from like two seasons ago?
I have no memory of that.
Remember when those girls got really drunk and started making out?
Oh yeah, on Sailing. That's right. Yeah, yes, you're right.
That's right. But that was the first time that had happened.
Yeah.
Although I forgot, I was watching an old season. I forgot that at first, when they first meet, Hannah and Malia had like so much sexual tension.
Right, which was strange because you're like, they hate each other.
Then they hated each other because they want to have sex with each other.
There you go.
Because when they got drunk at the club, they were like grinding on each other.
It would be nice to see some male love on this show. I don't know. I don't think he gave us his background, but he was interesting. Okay, Rachel's back. She comes in so
Rachel.
bougie. She's had like a glow up. She's wearing
She
all
comes in
white.
so hot. She looked
red
really
hair.
hot on the reunion even. I think maybe
Yeah.
she realized that like she could be more hot on the show and it would be fine. She is just hot.
I think she has a nice life. I think she makes a lot of money and has a nice life.
I mean, I like her. She's one of my favorite chefs.
Okay, me too. Speaking of chefs, so last night I went to dinner with my...
Oh, is this your other gossip?
Yes. My executive team came, whatever, we had dinner with some of the executive members of the iHeart team after an all-day training. And one of our former executive team members who left iHeart to go do his own thing, he met up with us with a current iHeart host / journalist. His name is Oz. Sorry, I can't remember his last name. Oz starts with a W. It's like W. He hosts Women of Juarez. Great show. Go check it out. Oz, fan of Below Deck, nice British man, was telling me he was able to hire Chef Ben to cook him and his new wife dinner at his wife's parents' house. And I was like, how did you get that to happen? And he's like, I just sent him a message because he's also from the UK.
What?
And I was just like, I'm like, my family can't come to the wedding. I'm so sad. All this stuff. Would love to like pay you to cook for them. And he did.
Wow. Is he a BD fan?
Yeah, he is.
This wasn't just like he knew of Ben as a chef from some other thing?
He was a fan.
Well, I bet also at this point, yeah, like that seems to be the way I'm sure a lot of private chefs make a lot of money.
But he said he got a good discount. So I was like, good for you.
Cool.
And I was like, what the hell? And then he showed me some text messages between them. And he was like, love you, right? Or whatever. He was talking like,
best friends.
He was like, I had a lovely evening.
We had a private free lesson with Chef Natasha.
That's right. I forgot. I keep forgetting about that. We made hummus.
That's right. We also had dinner with a Below Deck chef in a way.
You're right. That was fun.
That was super fun. I still have some of the stuff that Whole Foods sent us. So
I do too.
Shout out to Bravo.
They sent a lot of ingredients.
Send us more things.
But yeah,
during pandemic too. I was so happy when we did that.
Yeah.
It was one of the most fun activities.
Never invited back. I don't know if they've held something like that again. But anyway, yeah. So
but if they do.
That was cool. I got very excited about that. And I was like, tell me more, Oz. I got to email him. What else happened? Okay, let's just talk about Frasier and Heather. There's definitely going to be a lot of bumping of heads here.
Oh, yeah.
To give some context, Frasier he's like very kind of annoyed by Heather's lack of a plan and like management of him because he's running back and forth doing cabins, doing service while Jessica's just casually in laundry when she should be helping with turndowns or whatever.
Right. Well, it seems like Jessica was like, I'm going to just volunteer to do laundry and then all I'll do is be in the laundry room. And then Frasier has to pick up the slack and do basically both other jobs, but like shouldn't the chief stew be like doing service mainly?
Yeah, but I think she needs one person to help her and then uses like a deckhand to also serve, like bring in plates. But
I mean, I do think that Jessica could leave the laundry room during that time.
Yes,
I guess
she could. I think the problem was that Heather was not telling her to. She later comes in and goes, I'm going to take you out and I'll have you help with things, but she didn't do that.
Right.
Which is making Frasier run around like his head's cut off.
And Heather is like 25, right? So she, and as we said, hasn't had the light stamped out of her soul yet by this job. So she's also very like eager to prove herself as an authority figure because she's 25 in the authority position. She's like a little overzealous about like being a chief stew.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So
she's maybe not experienced as you know. She needs to get better being a
yeah.
chief stew.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a situation. I think Frasier and her are really gonna start to like lose their minds
Oh,
together.
me too, me too. As happens always on the show in
I did
general.
like that Rachel was back to saying extravaganza.
Yes. A fish
Extravaganza.
extravaganza. And it did look good.
Um yeah, so this should be an interesting season.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it. Do you
can't
think
wait.
I have a question for you. Do you think Rachel's gonna hate Heather by the end?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I think
Now,
Rachel and Eddie have an alliance from being like the old
well,
hands.
no, because remember, Rachel specifically said that she does not fuck with Eddie
But didn't they say
because
like even though they hated each other, now they're like are fine?
no, because she was like, I don't really fuck with you. Well, she doesn't say it, but she's like ignoring him when he's talking to her, and she's like, well, dude, I thought me and this guy were cool. Turns out he was like a hater on me all last season. So then she didn't say anything, and then when he walked away, she was like, yeah, get the fuck out of my face or something like that.
Just
So.
excited for her off-color remarks in the kitchen.
Oh, they're coming. That was great. In the upcomings, it was just all Rachel being like, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. And then the
I'll
return of Captain Lee and
fucking
Captain Lee
cut
going,
you,
God
you
damn it.
damn it, fucking bitch ass. I'll fucking cut you and feed you to the fishes, you fucking loser. Oh,
I like
I love her.
cheered. I literally cheered when they showed Captain Lee returning and saying, God damn it.
So it looks like he comes next episode, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
God
think so.
damn it. Get me out. Help me on this boat. God damn it.
Oh, so happy to be back
I wonder
on the
who's going to
boat.
get fired.
Somebody.
I know. It feels like somebody pack your bags. But they always
Yeah.
do that. And then he's like, I don't want to have to say pack your bags. And you're like, God damn it.
Classic reality TV editing.
I know.
We
Ugh.
didn't do any witch trials this week, so we'll have to next time. We'll save them.
Who would I burn? Candiace.
The husbander, he counts.
Husband, yeah, he's weird. Question about Salt Lake. I'm curious every episode as things progress. Do you or do you not believe Lisa Barlow over her like caterer thing?
Oh, I don't even understand it.
I don't either. It's not a lot of information.
No. There was also another, I'm gonna again make you watch Vanderpump Rules soon, but Lala's boyfriend, baby
Rand.
daddy, who she just separated from, Rand, my man, Rand, was one of the producers on the Alec Baldwin movie.
Are you fucking for real?
Yeah. Like one of the main producers on the Alec Baldwin movie. So I was like, did Lala dump him because she knew that happened? But that wasn't why. It was something else.
She dumped him right before, right?
She dumped him like the day before it happened, but like I doubt she was dumping him because he like cuts corners as a producer. But he's no, he's like a scumbag producer who like cuts corners and makes these cheap movies that are called geezer teasers because they're like for old men.
Well, he did Irishman, didn't he?
Yes, that was one of the geezer teasers.
That's a pretty big name to be attached to, but like
he knows like De Niro somehow, but he is this,
he's
one
a
of the producers
producer
of this
on
movie.
Rust.
So again, I was just like, it's crazy how much the real world has been intersecting with the Bravo universe lately, with the Erika Jayne thing too.
Rand is a producer on Rust.
Yeah.
You have blown my fucking mind.
Now you gotta watch Vanderpump Rules because he's a character this season.
Everything makes sense now.
You gotta watch it. I'm gonna get Lala's book and read it.
I wonder how Lala felt the next day, like, ugh.
Well, she dumped him right at the right moment, right?
But like, how I bet she dumped him before and then just released
she dumped him before she had the baby. He's,
like, how long after she dumped him did they actually reveal that she dumped him?
she dumped him, and it was revealed that's what was so weird about it, was like the story came out that she dumped him, and then like the next day the thing happened on the fucking murder on the set of Rust happened. And
He might get some criminal charges.
yeah, and it wasn't like related. So yeah, I'm like, is Rand, who's responsible? Is it Rand for being like, who fired all the people and replaced them with non-union people? Was it Rand? Probably.
That's wild.
Maybe.
That's really
so
wild.
Yeah, it's also like, is it like a Erika Jayne, Tom Girardi situation where she's like, I'm separating from this person because they're about to get completely like, the public is gonna hate them and I don't want to be associated with them.
Yeah, that went well for her. Yeah, who knows? Yeah. But she couldn't have predicted.
She shouldn't have had a baby with that dude.
But also she couldn't have predicted that someone was gonna die on a set of his movie, right?
No, but it's like he does
shady shit.
He's shady, right? Like he always was shady when he was her sugar daddy, and now they're trying to be like, he's her husband, and it's actually like a great wholesome equal relationship, but it's like clearly not an equal relationship because he has all the money and power.
I think she has the power now.
Well, now, yeah. I mean, she should have the power because she's hot and he's disgusto, but you know, she locked it down with the sugar daddy. But they didn't get married. They were going to get married before COVID, and they called it off because of COVID.
Right.
So she just posted a picture the other day, like, here's my wedding dress I would have worn on the wedding that never happened.
Yikes. Well, that's that.
I'm sorry the roll up your shirt sleeves guy isn't here today because I don't even have any sleeves.
I know. He blew us off.
Yeah. Where are my shoulder fetishists at?
Oh, good cue.
Not here tonight, apparently. Well,
all right.
Happy Halloween to all of our deckheads. Thank you.
Happy Halloween.
For watching and listening. And you can find me here at Molly Lambert.
Yeah, and I'm at Anna Hosnier on Twitter, and follow us at Deckheads Pod on Instagram and Twitter if you want to keep up with our weird postings. Our hijinks and when we're going to record. And yeah.
Ask us questions. Tell us things.
Yeah,
let us know what you want to hear us talk about on the show.
Tweet at us.
Compliment Anna's lipstick.
Compliment my lipstick. Tweet at us. DM us on Instagram. We love all the good stuff. Follow us. And then you can also follow us on here. You can hit that little follow button wherever it is, and then you'll be able to keep up whenever we go live.
At Winter House.
And then, you know, keep watching all this television with us. All right. Stay tuned till next week, where we cover Winter House, Beverly Hills Reunion 3, when Captain Lee comes back and we get rid of this fucking creep Captain Sean, and we'll hire Chef Ben to make us dinner.
Yes,
that's the dream. Have a happy Halloween, Pineapple Gang. Oh, I forgot to say shout out Pineapple Gang at the beginning.
Yeah, shout out Pineapple Gang.
Thank you everyone, Pineapple Gang, for showing up and sitting through this. Until next one.
Thank you for watching.
Howl at the moon. Wait.
Ooh. Ooh, that was good.
Halloween. All right.
It's
goodbye.
Perfect. Okay, bye.